More doctors smoke Camels than any other cigarette.
Hurry, hurry, hurry.
Bavarians is for your man and you too.
That you say? No Boulder Dash or baloney here.
Cheers, everyone, and welcome to the Unfiltered Gentleman. And now, breaking the seal all over the finer things of life, Greg, Scott, and Dan.
Oh, yeah, seal broken. Welcome in, everybody.
All over.
It's the Unfiltered Gentleman. I am Greg. That is Scott.
Smoke those camels.
That is Dan.
They
Taking
kick
you
like a
bitches
mother.
to school.
Yeah.
Episode 101.
Ooh, 101.
Oh, that's right. Batch 101, where we learn you how to drink. If you haven't learned already.
Yeah, that's right.
Thanks, everyone, for listening. Thanks for joining. Thanks for telling friends and all of that good stuff. And thanks to Los Angeles.
What?
That city in California. For being our top listener city of the week.
Los Angeles.
Yes. Bringing it back around. They're like, oh, we didn't support our hometown pod for episode 100.
Yeah, they always make sure to get in there.
Yeah, they always make themselves look bad and then try and make it up afterwards.
How
Yeah.
embarrassing.
Yeah.
Not to support for 100.
Right. Should have been there, guys. Should have been there.
Tonight they're turning over cars and burning cars and doing all kinds of stuff to cars.
Lots of things to cars.
Yes.
For 101,
breaking
huh?
cars,
Yeah. It's almost like a Lakers championship.
Oh, man.
Almost.
Not quite. Close. That was last week.
If I remember, what was Lakers championship like?
No.
I don't.
Anywho.
Yeah, I can't remember that far
Yeah.
back. Yeah. So anyways, thanks for listening, all that good stuff. It's 101. Our burp word of the week. Hold on. Our Dan knows what's coming. Our burp word of the week is summertime. Yes, indeed, it's summertime.
Fresh Prince.
Yeah.
Do I got to burp all that?
Yeah, the whole
Oh,
thing.
shit. Oh, man.
Puberty.
I might throw up.
That's how we're going to get Scott off the show. Yes, so Burp Word of the Week, summertime. For those of you new to the show, welcome. And Burp Word of the Week is an attempt to make sure Scott does not throw up on the microphone. We have to, if we're going to burp on air, it has to be an attempt at that word. And a real attempt. So, Burp Word Summertime, shout out to LA. Hashtag show us your beers when you're posting pictures of your beer on social medias, and make sure you tag us as well because we want to see them.
Yes.
And don't forget to rate and subscribe on Apple Podcasts. Even if that's not your main way of listening, still give us a little subscription and rating on there. Helps their weird algorithm so more people find the show. It's really annoying. All right. I'm feeling pretty dry these days. Scott's heard that before. Let's wet in the old whistle.
Grab your libations, pals. It's time for beer of the week.
And if you're drinking, well, you know that you're my friend. And I'll say, I think I'll have myself a beer.
We will indeed. Dan brought in Left Hand Brewing, a.k.a. The Stranger. Oh, that was not classy.
Oh,
Left Hand Brewing Company's Extrovert IPA. We've had one or two left hands on here, and I've never had a bad Left Hand Brewing.
Okay.
This one is Extrovert IPA, 7.1%, 75 IBUs. Has a 3.79 on Beer Advocate, a 3.68 on Untapped. People seem to agree. From Left Hand, they say, meet Extrovert IPA, Left Hand Brewing's new American IPA. Bringing together a blend of tropical, fruit-forward hops with a malty backbone, finishing with a pleasant, lingering bitterness. Crafted on Left Hand's new 7-barrel pilot system, Extrovert is the result of over 6 months of development to brew a balanced American IPA that was the perfect complement to Introvert. It's a very crowded market, so we know we needed to set ourselves apart, says Matt Thrall, director of brewing. Our approach was to develop a recipe that wasn't just hoppy water, but to create a well-built IPA with complexity and depth. Whew, that was a mouthful. What do you think about Extrovert?
Right off the bat, just the can. Like, I mean, it catches your eye, but then it also has...
It is a flashy can.
Yeah, it has this, like, black... like
tab.
the tab to open it. And there isn't a hole in it. I don't know. And it just felt different just opening it. I don't know why. Like, right from the get-go, I was like, is this a left-handed tab? Or I didn't try it. I used my right hand. I don't know. So I don't know, but it did feel a little different. As far as the beer,
Did you get it from Flanders Left Hand store?
his Leftorium,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a hoppy beer. I can dig it. Like,
Yeah.
I think I've been looking for that for some time now,
As per
especially after
usual.
the sour
Oh yeah,
we had last week.
we wrecked your palate last week with that sour. Yeah, this one I think is very hop forward. They say a very balanced IPA is what they're looking for. And let me start off with, I do not dislike this. I'm enjoying it a lot.
Correct.
It is a good summertime beer.
Yeah, it is.
But I wouldn't say it's real balanced. It's pretty hoppy. Like, you get all 75 of those IBUs.
Yeah, you do.
And they hit you up front, too. It's not like a back-end hop. It's definitely a bittering hop where they put it early in the boil.
I would say there is kind of like a back end kind of malt flavor to it a little bit.
Yeah, it finishes more malty, but punches you kind of hoppy.
Yeah.
Scott, what say you?
Yeah. I agree with what you said.
I just want to drink it.
Delicately
but-
put, as always.
But I've been drinking it with my right hand, so.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I
True,
wonder
me
if it
too.
tastes better
Yeah.
in my left hand
All right,
here.
Dan's going to switch it up.
Switching it
Oh,
up.
yeah.
Doing a stranger.
I'm pretty sure that this is beer science.
From a bottle, from a can, why don't people understand my inebriation?
What's the verdict?
Tastes the same.
Oh, that is so disappointing.
I know, right?
I was
Sorry.
really hoping it would be better or something.
No.
Dear. All right. So Left Hand Brewing's Extrovert IPA is our beer of the week. We have an interesting bullpen beer to come to us in a little bit. Before we get there, we've got some crotch talk. Of course, Beer Baby of the Week. We have a Tales from Uber and some booze news to get to. So let's
Cool.
crack right into it.
Have a grievance to share? It's time for crotch talk.
No real grievance. Well, I could turn this into a grievance, actually.
Let's do it.
I was at Disneyland over the weekend, as I am apt to do.
Yeah.
I always have to go and make sure they've got some good craft beer options.
Yeah, almost like the inspector over there.
I am, yeah. I'm the official researcher, beer researcher. I went and had myself a Mosaic IPA from Karl Strauss, which I very much enjoy. It's one of their session IPAs. And that thing is light but hoppy, and it's just so crisp. And I can walk around the park putting that thing down real quick. And I usually get two at a time. Because it goes so fast. I mean, like, by the time I get to the park, it's like, oh, where'd my beer go? So you got to have two.
You're allowed to, so why not?
Yeah, you can buy two at a time, so I buy two at a time. I also went to their other beer, I don't know, station, counter, whatever that I've talked about, kind of like their semi-hidden one where they have other less-known craft beers. Like they have Brother Thelonious there, which, by the way, they used to always have in bottles, now on tap.
Ooh, shit.
Brother T on tap. Yeah, and some other stuff. Unfortunately, well, before I get to the grievance, they had Bottle Logic's Blonde Ale. I've never had Bottle Logic, and they're from Anaheim, and I've heard really good things. And I saw that they had their Blonde Ale there. I tried it. I really dug it. It was a good, solid Blonde Ale, nice and light. It was a hot day, so that thing went down real quick.
Cool.
Really enjoyed it. Here comes the grievance.
All right.
Here it is.
Disneyland.
Ready.
Oh, boy.
I was looking at all these new taps because in this somewhat hidden craft beer area, they didn't really have taps before. It was all from the bottle. Brother T, whatever it was, all from the bottle. Well, now they have some taps. Brother T's on tap. That Blonde Ale's on tap. A couple of other ones. Along with all these taps, they have a hard cider, which, ugh.
Right.
Worse than that, Sculpin.
Oh.
The takeover has begun.
I knew it. I knew it.
Has begun. We talked about this a couple months ago that Ballast Point is building a new tasting room in downtown Disney.
Fuck.
And now they've got Ballast inside the park.
Oh, damn it.
That is a grievance if I ever
That
had one.
sucks.
Come on.
Dude. Come on.
And they have it in like the fancy craft beer. You know, there's a beer stand next. If you guys know California Adventures at all, there's a beer stand next to the big swing ride. That's where they have crappy beer. Like you can get Blue Moon there. Mm-hmm. Why don't you put your Ballast Point with the crappy beer where it belongs?
No, I was just thinking about this right now. And what if this is all kind of a ploy by Anheuser-Busch, not to confuse the consumer? Well, I guess in an indirect way, but to kind of make people say, oh, I'm going to get on this craft beer, see what this is all about. I'm going to take a break from my Budweiser and see what's going on here. And they drink a watermelon, Sculpin or whatever, Ballast Point. It's like, this is the craft beer. I'm going back to my Budweiser.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Isn't that kind of an
interesting point?
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say they're going to try and trick them into drinking one of their other Budweiser quote-unquote craft beers, but you took a turn.
I did.
That is very interesting.
That's very devious, isn't it? Yeah, and they're making sure it's all readily available. Like, hey, craft beer lovers must love it. They're taking over Disneyland.
Right.
And they're like, I'm going to give it a try. Oh, this is terrible.
Drink this yummy craft beer.
Yeah, this tastes like
nasty.
hoppy dirt water.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm going back to my Blue Moon over there. Everyone likes a Blue Moon, don't they? I like where you're going with this.
That's scary.
I need to talk to somebody from Disney pronto. As their official beer researcher of California Adventures.
Yes, absoltly.
Yeah, I think you have a voice.
Get Mickey on the horn right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, get into that Studio 51 or whatever.
53?
Or, I don't know.
I don't remember.
I know it's not Studio 54.
No, that's what I wanted to say, though. Maybe it is 51. I don't know.
Or maybe it's Club something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, you mean Club 33?
Excuse me, that's what I'm talking about.
Well, they have like a store called Studio something.
Oh.
I think it's 23.
I was talking about Club
33. I have been there. That is
see?
fancy as shit.
Right on.
No ballast point to be found. Well, at least not when I went.
Uh-oh. See what I'm saying?
Shit, I need to get back into Club 33.
Man.
Oh,
Definitely.
Sooner than later. God damn it, Disney.
Mm-hmm.
Mix that with how much they're raising the prices of annual passes. Ugh.
Yeah.
It's enough to make me want to go to Knott's Berry Farm.
Ooh,
right.
Wow.
I know.
They have beer there.
I haven't been there in a minute.
Yeah.
Do they have good beer there?
I don't know.
They got boysenberry beer there. If they do, I am there.
That's true. You'd love that. Dan would never leave.
That's right. Be so drunk under that boysenberry bush or tree or whatever the hell. Be so
Whatever it grows on.
Whatever. I don't even know.
We don't even know what it grows on.
That'd be awesome.
We might need to take a trip to Knott's Berry Farm and see what they have.
Yes.
True that.
Oh, shit. It has been a minute since I've been there.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. God, it's year. I can't remember the last time I was there.
Man.
Yep, we're going to have to do some research.
Yeah,
Find out what
absolutely.
Knott's Berry Farm
Yeah.
has.
I like it.
Yep.
That might be the place to go.
Mm-hmm. Last time I was at Magic Mountain, which is another local theme park. Everyone outside of Southern California is like, the fuck are you talking about?
Six Flags.
Six Flags.
Yeah.
Magic. I cannot remember if they had beer at the park.
They did in one place that I know of, but it was like the Bud Light.
I remember where they have beer. It's like that burger restaurant right next to the log ride, the Log Jammer.
Oh, really?
I think. At least they did way back when. I mean, I haven't been there in a super long time.
Fuck, yeah.
The
it's
place
been a
I went
minute.
was like way at the top of the hill. I think it was like an Asian Chinese.
Oh, over by
kinda-
like Superman and stuff?
I think so. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. If anybody knows, please let us know.
Help us out here
Only the local people.
and buy us season tickets.
That too. And a beer.
Of course.
Yes. Everyone outside of California is like, the hell, guys?
Yeah, what the-
We don't care.
We lost them.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All the people in Orlando are like, just go to Epcot. You can drink in every country.
Really, yeah.
Yeah.
LA did lead the listeners, so I mean, hey.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. We can keep it local for this show.
That's right.
Until LA comes back around.
Sure.
All right. That's all I have to complain about. Let's stop talking about Ballast Point. They've taken up too much of our airtime.
They really have.
Yeah, those fuckers. Let's move on to Old Timey Word of the Week. And that is, of course, Cumberland. Nope, excuse me, Cumber World. Woo! Another one, bartender. Cumber World.
Cumberbatch. Cumber World.
Cumber World. Which is a cumbersome interruption in the world. Yeah.
Exactly what you think it would be.
I guess so, yeah. They just took that entire sentence and squashed it down.
Cumbersome.
Mm-hmm. A cumbersome interruption in the world.
In the world.
In the world.
Cumber World.
Makes
Cumber.
it a Cumber World.
Ah.
Wow.
Yeah,
right.
I don't know.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, we'll see. Use it in a sentence. And
Oh, man. That was juicy.
What language was that?
I don't know. That was in Cumberland, JC language.
Give this man a beer.
Yeah, please.
Wow.
Holy shit.
You're the hero that we've waited for, Scott. We won't ever forget, Scott.
My apologies for those of you out there throwing up right now.
Oh, my God.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
It was like the FedEx guy came in here and burped really quick. I was saying the burp word. That was so fast.
I wish we had instant replay.
Oh, my God.
Oh, wow. We're good. Whatever that was, we need to make a drop out of it.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Oh, my God. I'm crying. Oh, Dan was going to attempt the burp word this week, And now he just feels inadequate.
Forget it.
Oh,
my
good
God.
Lord.
That was crazy.
Wow. That was a Cumber world of a burp.
It was.
It really
That
was.
like the definition of the word right there.
Wow. I don't even know what I was saying, so we'll just move on at this point.
Good switch.
No one could blame you for bed swerving. It's time for the Beer Babe of the Week.
Let's stop thinking about Scott for a minute,
Yeah.
please. It's time for Beer Babe. Her name is Myra, and you can find Myra on Instagram at the Brew Gal. At the Brew Gal. In this picture, she's out on the out on the lake, drinking a St. Arnold, not a collaboration beer, and
Yeah, nice pair of shades she got. So.
yeah,
She
those
sure
are,
does, yeah.
Those are nice
Good
shades.
sunglasses, too.
Stunna shades.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
Nice.
So make sure you're following Myra at the Brew Gal. And good news for Scott: no underscores, no dots, no
Oh,
spaces.
yes.
Oh, my
Thank you so
gosh.
much.
Oh yeah, keeping it easy.
Yes.
At the Brew Gal. Brew Gal. At the Brew Gal.
The Bruegel.
The Bruegel. You play the Bruegel? On Instagrams. All right, we have a bullpen beer to get to in a few, but before that, let's do a little Tales from Uber. It's been a while.
Does your cabbie make you queasy? It's Tales from Uber.
If Scott remembers the story.
Who's the Uber driver here? Oh, wait.
Go, Dan.
I'll tell about the time that I ended up in the middle of Compton.
Oh
shit.
Yes. Oh.
Lyft sent me a message saying I need to get a new sticker to get into the airport,
Okay.
and they give me the address. I don't know, whatever, something Santa Fe Street. So first they said, "Oh, you can go to the mall here and you can get your sticker there." So I went to the mall, and the guy goes, "No, you can't get it here. But if you go to this address, 662 Santa Fe Street, you'll get it."
Is there an Uber store at the mall?
Lyft.
Oh, okay, Lyft.
So, yeah, because I do Lyft too.
How dare you?
I know.
Cheater.
Sorry, Uber. So I said, okay. So I put 662 Santa Fe on my map, my navigation thing, whatever it's called.
GPS.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. And so I'm on my way, and the next thing I know, and when I'm getting off the freeway, there's a sign that says "Welcome to Compton."
Oh God!
Oh
Like,
shit! Is there a picture of Eazy-E welcoming you there?
As a matter of fact, there was. Lyft is in Compton, and so I'm following. I get to 662 Compton, Santa Fe and Compton. It's the Compton police station.
Oh, Jesus!
And I'm like, what the hell?
They're setting me up.
It was a sting. So I checked again, and there's actually 2662 Santa Fe streets. One's in Compton, and the other one, if you put in the right zip code, is in L.A. So here I am in the middle of Compton, and with all these people, all these police guys looking at me weird, like, what's the white guy doing here in our police station? And, yeah. So I got out of there. I left
Quickly.
very quickly, yes.
As fast as your little Prius would go.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
I pedaled as hard as I could.
City of Compton.
Yes.
Good times.
Mm-hmm.
At least you weren't let out into the field in the middle of Oxnard.
Not that time.
Yeah, which was scarier?
I don't know, man.
Oh,
even,
wow.
even I'm afraid of Compton.
Well, this is daytime, so it was okay.
Okay.
I'm guessing the field, because my car was starting to slip in the mud in Oxnard, was the scarier part.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was just waiting to get raped.
Right. You're all-wheel
I'm
drive.
looking forward to it. But,
Yeah, all-wheel drive Toyota Penis.
Prius.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
No thanks.
Yeah.
Do you carry like pepper spray or anything?
Just, my fistuses.
Yeah, you're screwed.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a dead man.
So screwed.
Yeah.
Yeah, good times.
Yeah.
All right, we have some bullpen beer to get to, but I think we're all still, or is it just me, enjoying this beer? Maybe it's just me.
Yeah, no, I'm still enjoying.
Oh, good. I'm not the only one. So we'll read a
Let's
couple
go
of
one
news.
more inning.
Yeah, let's read a couple of news
One
stories.
more batter.
We'll bring it to the bottom of the 7th, and then we'll do the bullpen beer.
For sure.
Extra, extra, drink all about it. It's time for booze news.
It is indeed. A few months back, we talked about, this is, I think, late 2017, Monkey Paw, which is a brewery down in San Diego. I spent New Year's Eve there, New Year's Eve 16, 17.
Yes.
and had a lot of fun. Had a lot of great beer. They had done some collaboration with Stone, which they gave out for free at midnight. It was phenomenal. They were sold to Coronado Brewing. Well, a couple weeks ago, Coronado Brewing announces they're already trying to sell Monkey Paw.
Oh, shit.
Yes.
What?
What this really means is bad news for Coronado. They say, and I think we've all heard of Coronado Brewing.
Right.
They say that they're trying to refocus themselves on their own brand. Which always kind of means like, we are not doing so well. Let's let's focus on. I'm going to do me for a while.
Back to the old drawing board.
Right.
Okay.
So it's interesting. They put some money into Monkey Paw and their locations and stuff, and were very seemingly excited to have them at first, but no more.
Wow.
Which is too bad because I hate to say it, not a huge fan of Coronado. I am a huge fan of Monkey Paw, though. I think they put out some phenomenal beers.
Who doesn't love a good paw?
A good paw.
Can we just start calling it that?
Yeah, please. Boston Beer, which owner of Sam Adams, which I think everybody knows, was fined $975,000 for selling unregistered products in New York.
New York City.
So apparently they went to New York, sold a bunch of beer, and didn't have licenses and not trademark, but like branding approval. You know, you have to get like your labels approved and all that stuff as an alcohol company. They went to New York and didn't have any approval for any of this stuff and just were selling shit.
Oh, man.
And so now they're being fined a lot of money for it. Good job, fellas.
Yeah, good.
Yes.
Good thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Where's your legal department? Drunk?
I bet they are.
Probably.
Yeah, they probably are. Constellation Brands, speaking of Ballast Point, owners of Ballast Point, have forced Markstein Beverage Company, who distributes them currently, especially in the San Diego area, to sell their distribution rights to Reyes Beverage Corp. So it's very weird. So they said, like, we are going to break our contract with you unless you sell our rights to this company.
Oh.
At which point they could make some, like that company can make some money by selling the rights to Ballast Point. But it was really weird.
Yeah.
And then it came out that Markstein also does some distributing for AB, for Anheuser-Busch.
Uh-oh.
And so they're thinking, the industry insiders that I read talking about this are thinking that maybe they're trying to distance themselves from AB and their distribute. It's so weird. It's so fucking
That is weird. Like a conditional sell.
Yeah, like, and Markstein, the ones that originally owned them or owned their rights to distribute them, said that they're pretty sure this is completely illegal. It was a breach of contract, and they would fight it, except they don't have the deep pockets that Constellation Brands.
Correct.
So they don't want to be tied up in litigation for years and years and years.
Wow, man, those Constellation, man, they're just doing what they want out there.
I know. They control Disney now. God damn it!
I'm telling you, man.
Mm-hmm.
Soon they'll control the world.
Damn it!
That's right.
First the mouse, then the world.
Yeah. Once you get that mouse drunk, get him to do anything.
I'll have another beer.
You know what I'm saying?
It's true.
I just got done talking about Mer pre-show, saying how much they own. You know, Marvel.
Yep.
20th Century Fox.
Yeah. So it's
Star
true.
Wars.
If you own the mouse,
Get that mouse drunk.
Yeah.
Take its pants off. No, I'm just kidding.
Too soon.
Oh man.
All right. Has everybody got the new beer? Are we working on new beer yet? Okay.
Getting there, yeah.
All right. Let's call to the pen and get some new beer going here.
He calls to the bullpen for
beer.
He does indeed. All right. So in front of us, we have a nondescript brown ale, no label on the bottle.
Is that homemade?
It may be.
Ooh.
I know. I like how you can't hide that from us anymore.
Like, this bottle looks familiar. It's clean. There's no label. So this is my latest homebrew. This was my first all-grain batch. So before I was doing extract brewing, which meant I got the malt was already kind of mixed with water and then concentrated, and then I added it back to boiling water. And one less hour-long step. Now I'm doing all grain. I've upgraded my equipment doing all grain brewing. So now it's you know, kind of like what the professionals do. They get the grains, they mill them, and then they put it in the water, make what they call wort, and then they boil the wort, add the hops. So this is my first all grain, and it is a clone of Mammoth Brewing's Double Nut Brown.
Ooh. Oh, right on.
Which I am a huge fan of. So is the lady friend. So this was kind of for her because, you know, if I was going to get a bunch more equipment and take up a bunch of space in the house, I figured I should kiss ass a little bit.
Yeah, you should.
Guess what? It worked.
Good job.
Yeah.
Smart guy.
Yeah, because now I got my old grain gear.
And it's very good.
Oh, thank you. I personally think this is the best beer I've made.
It's pretty good.
You don't have to agree. It won't hurt my feelings if you don't. As long as you don't say what somebody else told me, which was about my Hefeweizen that I made. Tastes like a mixture of Pacifico and Budweiser.
Shit.
Which from that person was an absolute compliment.
Really?
Yes, they were coming over to tell me how good it was. And like, it is so good. I really enjoyed it. It's like a mixture of Pacifico and Budweiser.
Oh.
And as soon as he said that, I was like, oh, so you didn't like it? Which I'm okay. I didn't think it turned out that well. I think we did have it on the show. In fact, we had the bourbon version on the show.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It was thinner than it should have been. But overall, it had normal hef notes of like banana and cloves and that kind of stuff. It just wasn't that great. And so when he said that, I was like, oh, so you don't like it? He's like, no, I thought it was really good. I was like, oh, okay.
Well, at least he prefaced it by saying, like, I liked it, it was good, and I thought it was a mixture, because if he just came in, like, what'd you think of it? I thought it was a mixture of Pacifico and Budweiser. Like, motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I'll be honest. Because he said that, he did not get a bottle of this one.
Oh.
I'm not holding out from him.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that people have really enjoyed this one, and I didn't make a lot of it, and it's been hard distributing and sharing and stuff. So, plus I really liked it. Like, I've been drinking a shit ton of it, so I didn't really want to share. And so I was like, you know what? I'll share the next one that I don't like as much as I really, really digging the shit out of this one. So, like I said, it's clone of Mammoth's Double Nut Brown. It's about 4.8%, so nice and sessionable. If you stick it in your nose, you get a little chocolate. You get some coffee in there.
Right.
I even put it up against Mammoth's Double Nut, and it has a similar flavor. What I noticed was like the same flavors, except Double Nut was like stronger and richer. So we should have done some beer science. I should have found a Double Nut Brown and like put it up against it. It's like same flavors but better. Essentially, it's like, hey, that's somebody that knew what they were doing.
Well,
versus me, my first all grain batch.
I mean, what do you want, dude? I mean, this is, like I said, it's always it's getting better. You know what I mean? It's what you want to do, I think. And,
I hope so.
Yeah,
and thank you.
Yeah,
it's like a mixture of Sticky Monkey and Blind Pig. I just want to take some home.
When I drink it, I feel like I'm getting a hand job.
Yeah, and like you said, you can't compare it to Mammoth. And what the fuck, you know?
No, it's Mammoth. They're phenomenal, and they know what they're doing up there.
Stuff.
So think of it as like Double Nut Light.
Correct.
That's why I think it's about the same percentage, almost exactly the same ingredients. I had to switch out a couple of hops. I think I just wasn't quite as efficient as I should have been in my brewing. But other than that, I really enjoy it. I think it turned out really good.
Yeah, it's delicious.
Thank you.
Great, yeah.
Thank you. And it's my favorite beer that I've made so far. This and the Blind Pig clone that I made. The problem with the Blind Pig clone, that thing sucked when I first tried it. Like sucked and sucked and sucked. And then also I was like, oh shit, this is really good for like 2 weeks. And then it started sucking real quick again. So I was like, everybody pound this one, quick.
Yeah.
About my birthday last year when it hit its peak. And like by the next week, I was like, "Oh, this sucks again." Everybody started drinking. So, okay, that's that from the brewery. No, I'm just kidding. Back to booze news. Harmony Brewing. Oh, goddamn, Harmony Brewing. I don't wish we lived in Michigan, but I sort of wish we lived in Michigan. Harmony Brewing out of Grand Rapids is going to start testing a new program where they deliver their own beer.
Oh, you know what?
Do tell.
I'm going to just kind of, I guess it's a local thing or whatever, but there's this place called Pizza Man Dan's, and it's not no relation to me.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, I do like to call it Pizza Man Me.
I have seen many. Pizza Man music.
Yeah, I'm like, oh,
I
get
have
some-
seen many of Pizza Man Dan's cars
Oh, really?
driving around.
I have too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, kind of a local thing, but I don't know if you've seen it where their flyers. I'll get them at my house sometimes, but they will deliver pizza and beer.
Oh, will they?
Yeah,
Good
that's kinda
beer.
like a new thing. I don't know about that. I haven't tried it myself yet.
I'm going to need you to research this.
Yeah, I know. I think I do. You
Yeah.
get some pizza
I
man.
might try to get a job there.
Scott, this is the third complaint today. The pizza showed up with no beer. I didn't eat the pizza this time.
know, right?
Yeah, we know. You never eat the pizza. But the beer didn't show up, Scott.
It's funny.
It's your first day.
Just drink half of the beer and then eat half the pizza.
There you go.
And just blame everyone else.
I got pulled over and cop ate it.
I know.
Damn
Had to
homeless
bribe 'em.
people again.
Yeah. You got to look into this. You got
I do.
to come back with a report.
You're
'cause
right.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, these guys, Harmony Brewing, not to be confused with Beer Harmony, the nice little
Oh, there. Yeah.
beer
There
review
you go.
podcast
There you
that
go.
you should check out at beerharmonyshow.com.
Faux show.
They also make their own pizzas at the brewery, wood-fired pizzas.
Oh.
And so you can now order pizza and beer from Harmony Brewing. And they said the only restriction is you have to spend at least $20. I was like, yeah. I spent $20 on beer real quick.
Yeah.
Oh, really? So just you have to spend $20 on the beer and not the pizza?
No. $20 minimum order.
Total.
Oh, easy.
To be delivered.
Easy.
A mixture of pizza and or beer.
Easy.
okay.
Yeah.
That's got to be just a large pizza and a beer, no?
I would think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bang.
I'd happily spend $60.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Could you imagine just like being hammered, like, God, I could use another beer. Oh, let me dial up some beer.
Yes.
Yeah, so good. So, excuse me, good on you, Harmony Brewing.
No
Boom.
kidding.
Yes. Deep Ellum. Yeah, I've never heard of them either, but they're they're a brewery. Sells to Canarchy after a weird fallout with some crap breweries. So Canarchy is a company started by Oscar Blues. It's their whole collective. They own some other breweries and such.
Okay.
Here's the story. So Deep Ellum Brewing was sold to Fireman Capital backed. So Canarchy merged with Fireman Capital to buy all these other breweries. For an undisclosed sum, founder John Reardon confirmed to Brewbound, where the story is from, the transaction, which closed Friday, June 8th, will give Dallas-based Deep Ellum a much-needed capital infusion to finish $3 million expansion and immediate access to increased brewing capacity at Colorado headquartered Oscar Blues Brewing satellite production facility in Austin, Texas. Oscar Blues, which anchors the Canarchy portfolio, also operates a production facility. Wow, Felicity in Brevard, North Carolina. Immediately, it helps me finalize this brewery expansion that we've been kind of limping through for over the last probably year now, Reardon told Brewbound. I mean, capacity at the flip of a light switch, you really couldn't ask for anything better, and the fact that it still remains brewed in Texas, which is important to us. So, look, a lot of us haven't heard of the brewery Deep Ellum.
No.
So it's like, why are we talking about this story? Here's what I wanted to bring up with this. So they sold to the parent company of Oscar Blues, which we all know from Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
Do we still consider them craft brewing at this point? Like, is Oscar Blues still craft beer? This is something that never gets brought up about. Everyone's like, oh, Oscar Blues, like the darlings of the craft beer movement.
Uh-huh.
But are they still craft beer if they're buying up all these breweries?
Oh,
or are they kind of
shit.
like turning themselves into Sam Adams, the aforementioned Sam Adams and Boston Beer, where like they, because like what Sam Adams does is they make the max allowed amount of beer to be legally considered craft beer.
Oh.
Quote unquote legally.
Okay.
And so I feel like Oscar Blues is kind of following in that footstep.
Well, then, but I mean, we still consider Sam Adams then craft beer?
A lot of craft beer does
Doesn't.
not consider Sam Adams craft beer. Now, from the technical definition, they are,
Right.
but they're talking about changing the amount of barrels that makes you craft beer.
Wow.
It's interesting.
It is interesting because you're almost like, you know, they always say like, what came first? What came first, the chicken or the
I
egg?
agree.
Yeah,
And I kind of feel like this is the chicken buying up all the eggs now.
that's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's good.
Damn.
And it's I'm so conflicted because on one end it's like, oh, you're being bought out, blah blah blah, and you know, not bought out, but you know, Oscar Blues is now this huge conglomerate to some extent within the craft beer world. But at the same time, I'm glad that if they're going to sell, they're selling to a quote-unquote craft beer brand like
True.
Oscar Blues.
Right.
They're not
Right.
selling to AB InBev.
Right.
So I'm so conflicted.
Wow, man. You kind of wonder, I don't know. And then they put out good stuff, you know what I mean? So it's not like, like you said, it's not Budweiser saying, hey, we're buying up all this shit and we're going to make it terrible.
Right.
You know what I mean?
The nice thing is the owner gets to stay in charge of all his shit. He's still brewing all his own beer. In fact, to the point where he had to sign a 5-year non-compete in order for this sale to happen. So, they didn't want him going anywhere. Like, he's stuck for 5 years, and he wants to be there, too. He wants to finish the expansions and keep producing more and distributing further, from home base. So, I think it's cool that it seems to be a helpful thing. It's just in this world of, you're not craft beer, bro. It could be considered not craft beer anymore.
Right.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think if they're staying, in the technical aspects of it, I think, they're trying to make money, man. I mean, that's what all of this is about.
Yeah, and it's always nice when craft breweries can actually turn a profit.
Right.
It's not the easiest thing to do.
I think that's a good thing, too. Like, you wouldn't want to see any of your craft breweries go away. You know what I
That's
mean?
true.
So I kind of feel like if one of them can get big and kind of help by buying them all out, I don't know. What am I saying? You know what I mean? I don't know.
Like Stone has a distribution side. So Stone distributes a lot of craft beer. In fact, Stone distributes Oscar Blues to California.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah, but they don't own them. They just are their distributors in California. So it's God damn, so many legal shit.
There really is.
Yeah.
Wow. Go all day with this.
Mm-hmm. Keep drinking. Let's talk.
That's right. Let's get some beers.
Yeah.
It's making me dizzy.
Yeah, that's just the beer.
Yeah, I know. I was about to say the conversation.
Or the drinking. the mixture of energy drink and alcohol.
That's what it is.
Yep, so. And then finally, newly appointed Heineken's USA chief, Maggie Timone? I don't know. Becomes the first woman to lead a major U.S. brewery. So women are taking over beer.
Oh.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's, a big movement in the craft beer world, and now the big beer world is following suit.
Hey.
Wow.
Women can do beer, too.
Yeah,
of course. What I'm saying?
Yeah, in fact, like we talked about Arrow Lodge. In fact, we had a Arrow Lodge on Beer Harmony show. If you want to hear what they're doing, and they have an amazing lady craft brewer.
Yeah.
She is phenomenal at what she does. And it's about time big beer kind of caught up. So, and New Belgium has been run by a woman for quite some time. Integrin has a female brewer. Yeah, Brittany is phenomenal at her job.
Female brewer.
Yes.
Nothing wrong with that.
Had myself an Integrin actually at the old hipster bar.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Which one did you have?
It was I believe it was the lightest one.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I just went to Integrin last week and had their collaboration with Fig Mountain. Let me just butcher this name. Reinheitsgebot.
Oh, good luck with that at this point of the show.
Yeah, exactly. At this point in the show, it could be anything.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that I can
God bless you.
Yeah, the fact that I can still talk.
Something about something in butt.
Did Scott burp again?
Yes, he did.
Oh, man.
I'm trying to look it up so I can read it. If I can read it, it's a little easier to pronounce, but it's one of their collaboration beers with Fig Mountain, and I can't find it. Oh, here we go. Reinheitsgebot.
Oh, okay.
Reinheitsgebot. It's the Fig Mountain Integrin American Reinheitsgebot. Anyways, it was really tasty. So if you guys, especially in the California, the SoCal area, if you see the can, I had a friend actually text me 2 days ago. He goes, "Hey, have you had either of these beers?" And one of the beers was the American Reinheitsgebot. I was like, "I've had that one, and you should drink it. It's delicious." So
quite the recommendation.
Yeah, it's in a nice big can. # cans for cans.
Yeah.
Oh, love it.
Yeah, it's a cool looking can. So, all right, I think that's everything.
Think so.
We've stumbled our way through this show more than necessary.
True that.
And if you're still listening, well, you're probably as drunk as we are.
Oh, show.
Otherwise, you would have turned this off and had a little dignity for yourself. Yeah. Thanks for listening, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for telling friends. All the good stuff. You can find everything you need to know at theunfilteredgentleman.com. You can leave us a little review on Apple Podcasts, and we'll read it on the show. You can find us on the social medias. We post all pictures of the beer we drink and many, many more beers and other things that we talk about at The Unfiltered Gentleman, except for Twitter, at Unfiltered Gents. If you're drunk and you're feeling chatty, leave us a drunk voicemail.
Chatty Cathy.
Yeah, 805-538-BEER. It's 2337. Look, no one's going to answer the phone. Just go
Nope.
straight to voicemail.
Yep.
It's just for the show.
Do it.
Leave yourself a little drunk voicemail. We'll play it here, and it's way better than dialing an ex-girlfriend.
For sure.
Yeah,
I think you have
please.
like your best ideas when you're drunk sometimes.
I know I do.
Yep.
And I have to write them down, and then I have to try and decode them when I'm sober. The fuck did that say? So anyways, do that. 805-538-BEER. Make sure you're out there staying hydrated. And on that note, good night, everybody.